and stress responses. So we have this, and the vagus nerve is experiencing and taking in information from the environment, and it's also sending information to different parts of our body. So we need messaging that goes that can go to our, it, for example, it innervates the heart and says, hey, you can beat slower or faster. Or it goes to the lungs for breathing deeper and faster or slower. It goes to the digestive system, the gut, and it can say, hey, everything's fine. You can digest and move the gut peristalsis, which is the movements of moving forward in digestion, moving food through the intestinal tract. Or it'll say, hey, we're about to fight a threat here. Stop moving stuff through the digestive system and put that on hold, pause, so we can fight this threat. So a lot of people who have things like irritable bowel or bloating or just bowel issues, if we can turn on those messages of safety so that the messaging from the autonomic nervous system can go to the gut and say, hey, we're safe, you can function normally, all of a sudden the gut starts working again. And people are like, oh, wow, I feel so much better. I don't know if people here have had this issue where they travel. A lot of our clients do, where the first day or two when you travel, they're a little bit constipated. They don't sleep as well. And that's because your nervous system's a little mobilized. So when you go from your familiar sleeping environment to a new environment, all of a sudden your nervous system is going to mobilize and say, hey, we're not feeling quite as safe here. Now, it's not full danger response. Like I said, it's a spectrum, but it's going to mobilize a little bit, which is going to slow the movement through the intestinal tract. So that's why you'll get a little constipated. And it will also make your sleep not as deep, because you're going to say, oh, well, we're not fully safe here. So we're not going to sleep as well, because you want to be available in case there's something wrong happening while you're sleeping. So it's really interesting. The polyvagal theory, it also affects our tone of our voice and the frequency of sounds that we can hear and how our facial muscles move and our eye. And it's so many things that are happening because we're trying. It was very important that we could perceive our environment and then communicate our internal state to other people. So you'll look at some people and you can see them and say, okay, they're pretty calm and connected, that they're safe to approach. This person looks a little more mobilized. We're going to keep our guard up. So as a way to be able to communicate sort of how you are and how the other person is. And you all have experienced this, I'm sure, where you have walked by some people or go to them and you just feel a little tension in your body. It's not a conscious thing. You're just perceiving them. And some people call themselves more intuitive. I would just say they're less shut down. Some people have suppressed that intuitive sense, or they have not really honed that communication with their body or ignored it for a variety of reasons. So they don't pay attention to that communication that's happening from their body to them based on what's going on in their environment. But again, that's something you can learn and grow and develop. So here's pro-social connection. That's what we call this. Being pro-social shifts you from threat to safety. And this is why connection is so important. It is so important that you learn how to connect in a way that honors your feelings and needs and also cares for the other person, because that is going to not only feel nice to everybody, it's going to shift your physiological state. NVC is something that has been a fantastic tool for people to learn so that they can actually connect to what they're actually feeling and needing, as well as how to communicate in a way that it feels like a gift to the other person instead of judgment or harshness. So strengthening relationships and fosters empathy, which reduces stress, which enhances healing, which then further strengthens your relationships. So this pro-social connection is essential. Here are the 9 pillars that we talk about for optimizing health and well-being. And the 9 pillars are that will take you from threat to safety. So the first one in the middle is self, and that is regulating your nervous system so that you can shift from that threat physiology to safety physiology. Our natural default state is actually to be mobilized and in threat. We don't want to have to turn that on because it might be too late. So we have to turn on safety. Think of it like a safety brake that we have to turn on. So it's this connection to self is learning how to turn on that safety brake more effectively so that you can um, uh, go into safety physiology. From safety physiology, then you can actually check into what you're feeling and what you're needing. So many people aren't clear what they're needing that they can't. And if you don't know what you're needing, one, it's a recipe for depression. One of the key ingredients to depression is not knowing what your needs are. And then two, if you're not knowing what you're needing, how can you take action to enjoy life? You're sort of just going through the motions or doing what you're supposed to do or what you think you should do. And that is not what's going to make life wonderful. And like I said, going to that state of, hey, this is what's going to make life wonderful is actually what's essential for reversing a lot of these diseases. So that connection to self and regulation, one of the best ways to regulate the nervous system is through breathing. We actually, my wife and I developed a tool called the We Become device, which slows breathing down. You can only breathe out of this tube slowly and comfortably. If it's a nice slow exhalation, that will turn on the parasympathetics and it holds the ball aloft so that while you're exhaling, you see the ball and you hold it up. And if you hold that for 10 seconds, we have people do that at night before bed every night. It's really, really helpful because you have not only this prolonged exhalation, which turns on parasympathetic calming of the nervous system, focused attention on the ball also turns on parasympathetic calming of the nervous system. And then there's some white noise that comes out, which is also for auditory regulation and support. So it's very important that just like you can't eat one healthy meal and expect your heart disease to reverse, you can't just do slow exhalation when you're stressed out. Like imagine having a heart attack and you ate one healthy meal and you think all of a sudden everything's better. Having one stressful event and taking some slow exhalations then is not what really is, that's not really the answer. It's eating that meal throughout the day over and over again, day in, day out, that gets the body tuned up nutritionally. Well, it's the same thing with this, where if you at night, we have people do it every night before bed so that you build with the We Become device, you build that slow exhalation, that new neural pathway of calm, that at any point during the day, if you take a Weeby breath, a slow exhalation, your body remembers from doing it every night how to turn on calm, turn on safety. So it's a lifelong practice, and just doing it every day is the key. And then when you need it, it's in your back pocket. So self is very important. That's why it's the biggest button there. And then there's your four internal connection pillars here: sleep, nutrition, activity, and play. And sleep and optimizing these four, sleep, nutrition, activity, and play, are essential for resourcing your body, giving you the energy so that you can connect to the external world, which is these other four. So knowing what your needs are, resourcing your body, your internal world, so that you can connect to your external world. And the external world is made up of connecting to your family and friends, connecting at the work you do, how do you contribute to society, and meaning and purpose. You have to have meaning and purpose in your life. One of the biggest indicators or triggers of that CTRA response, which was pro-inflammatory and not decrease your ability to fight viruses and cancer, was lack of meaning and purpose in your life, which was very interesting. So we got to get to why you're getting up in the morning. Why get out of bed every day? Meaning and purpose. Spirituality, something bigger than yourself and the natural world, which is all other life on this planet. And if we can connect to these 9 pillars and support them, life becomes wonderful. And play was actually my hardest pillar. Everybody has different pillars that need different attention at different times. People will ask me, what is the most important pillar? And I'll say, that's like asking me, if you had 9 beautiful children, which is the most important child? And you can't do that. And then they would say, well, do I get to a point where everything's fine? And I'll say, well, do you ever get to a point where you stop caring about your children or worrying about your children? No, you're going to worry about them and tend to them for the rest of your life. And well, which child is most important? no such thing, but there might be one child that needs more attention at this moment, and that's where you might put your attention first. So for me, play was the child that was needing my attention because I was very industrious. I was all about productivity and getting things done and being efficient. And I learned at a young age that play was a waste of time and that you needed to be efficient and productive. And I had to do some work to transform that. But play is time where you're not getting anything done because you need to. You're doing things because you just enjoy them. And they are not necessary. They're not necessarily productive as far as they're not necessary for survival. But in a way, it really is to, in the grand scheme of things. So I started doing improv classes because I've always wanted to do that, but I was scared to. And it has nothing, there's no, if there's nothing productive or efficient about taking it. In fact, it gets in the way of my productivity and efficiency because it's taking time away from other things. But it's completely it's been such a support to my life bringing this play in, and that it's helped all these other areas, all these other pillars function better because I brought in play in a way that's meaningful to me. So all these 9 pillars are like your 9 beautiful children.